Okay, guys, I wanted to share this little victory with you. What we did is we got the lower heat shield off, and the reason why we got that off is so that we could get the pair of vice grips up on these bolts that were rotted. Here's what we were doing with, and there's not much to grab hold of, but we clamped the vice grips on there the best we could, and we heated up underneath there. There's a little nut that's welded right to the exhaust flange there, and got that nice and cherry red, and those bolts backed out. That kind of looks like it's broke, but it's not. There's short ones and long ones. The short ones go on the underside here. Yeah, the short ones go on this side, and then the long ones are over here. And here's what the long ones look like. You can see, well, come on, focus. There we go. You can see how it totally ruined the threads, getting those out of there. And there's no direct heat right on that. We just heated up the nut on the back side there. Clamped our vice grips on and pulled them out. And here's what the two of them that were real good yet, here's what they look like. So those backed right out. I put a little bit of penetrating oil in there, but really I don't think I needed it, because as soon as I moved it, I was kind of feeling, and if it was going to twist off or not, I would stop right away and apply some heat. But these backed out pretty nice, so we like that. So what we did, since we had so much heat on there and it bungled the threads on the bolt, what we did is with a little bit of tapping lubricant, we ran a tap through all the holes here. Any of the ones we applied heat to, we ran a tap through there. So now the moment of truth. So we will see how good we really are. So we got another M8 by 1.25 bolt here. We're just going to thread that in and see how that threads in. And that threads in beautifully. There we go. That's it. There we go. Yeah, threads are still a little bit of dirt in there, maybe with some rust, but that screws in pretty darn nice. So that's what we're looking for. Of course, you can see how that got dirty, so we'll spray that out with some brake clean, get that nice and clean, and that should thread in there super, super nice. So that's what we're looking for. So just wanted to make this little video. I blotted about 2 hours to get this thing to this point where we could get the bottom heat shield off, remove those old bolts, and then I'll put some new hardware in there with some high temperature anti-seize. That way, if we ever need to take that apart again, we'll be able to. Should be able to back that out pretty easy. And then we're going to put the top one on. And if you remember from the one video, let's go back here to our parts bin, which is the back of the Enduro. Back here, if you remember, this is all rotted. So what we're going to do is, you can see right there where the bolt would set, right there. We'll pound this flat a little bit there, and what else over here? You can see where that bolt set and that bolt set. So just putting a bolt in there is not going to do it. So we're going to put some large washers on these, like a real big fender washer on there, so that'll capture that. And up here we'll use some new hardware up there. And like I said, we'll coat those with some high temp anti-seize. And we got quite the collection of parts yet, but we are making progress on the motor, and it's actually starting to look like a motor again. So the rods and pistons, they slid down in real nice. We gapped the rings with what the factory had them. Top ring was at 20 thousandths, the second ring was at 24 thousandths. And because we did lap the valves, it probably has changed the valve clearance. Lapping the valves moves the valve up in the head, and it's going to tighten the clearance up on these. And so we do have to check that. And we have a tag under the hood here that tells you on the, let's see here, on the intake side, we're looking for 6 to 10. On the exhaust side, 10 to 14. So we will be checking those, and let's see if I can get one out here. Let's see here. On the underside, they're stamped with a number. Let's see if we can get this here. And I don't think I'll be able to get one of those out. No, they're in there pretty good. Yeah, I would have to get a pair of pliers, and I'm not going to run over and do that. But these are solid lifters, and if you lift them up on the underside, there's a number. And that number represents a depth to each one of the lifters. So what has to be done is the cams get put in, and then you check it whenever you check each individual cylinder when the cam lobe is on the upper side, when the lifter here is on the back side of the lobe, and we record those measurements, and then we check and make sure they're all within spec. If any of them are out of spec, we only buy the ones that we really need. So what we can do is we can actually mix and match these and move them around and change the depth of each one of the lifters. So if it's a little bit tight here and a little bit loose here, we would possibly switch those lifters. What we do is we take a mic and would mic the inside of the lifter and would record that, and it can get kind of jumbled. I did it before, and things can get kind of jumbled up, but basically what you do is you just record everything. You pull the lifters out, you measure each one individually, or you can look online, you can look that number up and see what the measurement is. I prefer to measure them myself, just in case there's any wear or anything like that. I've never found any wear on these, on the other motor that I did. And I think with that one, with rearranging them, I only had to buy 5 lifters. And because I knew what the depth was and where I needed to be, with some simple math, you can figure out how thick the new lifter needs to be to take up that lash, or to give you enough lash. I hope I explained that in a way that's understandable. But anyway, if you want to leave some likes and comments down below, you can, and go ahead and ring the bell. You can see our new head gasket there, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. We're having a lot of fun with this. A lot of work, but it's turning out really good.